What's up, Barbara? How you doing? No sugar Pop Tarts. No sugar. No sugar. Gonna make raspberry and maybe chocolate, and I got some cream cheese. I might do something with that. Um, yeah, chocolate, raspberry, cream cheese, something like that. First thing I want to do is get some raspberries. They're frozen. I want to put them in a pan. I want to start reducing them, and I want to add in a little starch to thicken them because raspberries are very sort of a watery fruit. So I'm going to have to sort of thicken them if I'm going to use them, either in a pie or something like this, in a Pop Tart. Um, um, what else? Okay, I need a pan. Need a pan. Well, this is weird. Can't find the saucepan. It's got to be around here somewhere. Seems to be gone. This, I guess. I can't believe it would be gone. Where would it be? Hey, Katya. Sweetie. Do you know where the saucepan went? You know, the one that has the glass lid? What's the last thing they used to do? I keep looking for it. Maybe I put it in the refrigerator. Well, there's rice. Okay, gotcha. Like this big chicken. Gotta clean this out. Transfer this rice into this. There you go, simple as that. I have the sauce can now. Isn't it a glorious day? It is, right? Freaking glorious. There you go. I got the sauce pan. Isn't this exciting? Super exciting. Your hip hurts today? Yeah, my hurts. Yeah, a little bit. It's no big deal. Let me get some raspberries. I'll be right back. So I'm going to take 2 bags of frozen raspberries. The Wegmans raspberries. They're the only raspberries I would use. Quality. Real good. Yum. What is the secret recipe? To what? What I'm doing? It's not going to be a secret because I'm doing it right in front of you. I'm going to take these raspberries, right? Excuse me. I'm very rude. I'm talking with food in my mouth, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to put them on a burner on medium heat. And the goal is an Idaho potato. The goal is to one, thaw them. As I thaw, to create liquid. But then I'm going to add some starch to it so it thickens. I need it to thicken. I'm not going to put a lid on it because I want it to reduce. I want water to evaporate. I think a sweet potato is not actually a potato. Just a little bit of, it's related to morning glory, I believe. I think that's true. I'm going to crank this up on high. These are addictive. So good. I'm excited for Katya to show up. What, you're not happy with me? Peter has the coziest looking home. Thank you. Katya and Peter are the best. Well, she doesn't show up. I can see her. She's right there. She's reading a book. I don't want to bother her. Didn't sound like it. I'm eating the raspberries that I'm going to use to make Pop Tarts. Thank you. H2 Doctor. Raspberries are delicious. Back when thought I had diverticulitis, I wasn't eating these. I didn't have that. I had double hernia. So good. Now I'm not adding any sugar. I make a butter crust here too. Now I have some butter crust left over from making pies, but I'm gonna make some more. Delicious. Put this back. I'm gonna make a butter crust, and this is a fact. When I was a kid, I'd make pie crust. Then as I got older, if I ever was gonna do a pie, which wasn't very often, I made some throughout the years. But I would buy pre-made shells in the freezer in the grocery store, and he's in big trouble. There's just pie crust is nothing. It's flour and butter, a little bit of water. That's it. That's all it is. Oh yeah, good old pudding. So we got this. So pie crust is super easy. It's very simple. It's no exaggeration. What you want is you want cold butter and about 2 cups of flour. So I'm going to put about 2 cups of flour in here, give or take. That's about 2 cups. That's it. Is that 2 cups? We'll leave this out. We don't need this. I'm going to take this butter, still real cold, and I'm going to chop it up into little tiny pieces. To do that, we're going to chop it directly on the butcher block, but we're going to roll the pie crust out on the butcher block for sure. For this is a little wet. I'll just dry it off on my shirt. It's a little wet. There you go. Sort of clean. I'm going to take the sticks of butter, put them on here. On a super clean cutting mat, whatever you call it. Take that. I need a knife. There's a knife over here it's cutting cream cheese with. My cane. So many freaks are here. There's a few freaks here. Raspberries are starting to melt. I don't want them to burn. Just want them to gonna change them a little bit. It's all chemistry. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna dice this butter up real easy. you could add sugar to this. You could add sugar into your pie crust, but we're not doing it. I'm gonna go get a little bit of salt. Here's some salt. Put a tad bit of salt in. This. That's it. I'm gonna take this. I want the butter to be all mixed in with the flour. So I'm taking it, I'm moving it in between my fingers. Taking the little chunks of butter, making sure it's all ground up. I keep doing this until it starts coming to a proper consistency. Then I'll add a little bit of water. But I want to make sure all the pieces of butter are very tiny. And then I'll add the butter or the water. And when I add water, I won't be adding warm water. I'll add cold water. After the dough is looking good, I'll put the dough in the refrigerator just for a little bit, just to chill it, and then I'll roll it out. When I roll it out, put flour on the butcher block so that it doesn't stick to the butcher block, and I'll put flour on the rolling pin, and I'll roll it out, and then I'll use a knife to cut the shape of the Pop Tarts I'm gonna make. Maybe I'll make them, I don't know what shape they're gonna be. Rectangular, like a regular Pop Tart maybe? I don't know. I haven't decided. So it starts crumbling up and looking a lot different. It'll look different again when I add water. But it doesn't stick to your hands because there's all this flour in here. So it's not really gooey. Look at who it is. There she is. You can barely see her. Oh, look at that. Those look delicious. Katya's making roasted vegetables. Looks like mushrooms and beets.
All right, here's how we start out.
So it's starting to, like you'll see, like the butter starts looking, and the flour starts looking sort of yellow. And that's how it's looking. But it's still, you can't use this. It's not, you couldn't roll this out. You have to add water. Water sort of binds it together. See how it's all crumbly? That's how you want it. When it's all mixed up, do this a little bit longer. And to thicken those raspberries I'm going to use, I believe I'm going to add some oatmeal. I'm going to put some moo muesli in it because oats are high, they're starchy. I may add just a little cornstarch, I'm not sure. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. But you can do that. You can use a lot of things to thicken. Anything that's starchy will do it. I can put a little of this in, actually. The butter and flour. That's how you would make a roux. Butter and flour. I might actually use a little bit of this to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going to add a little water now. I'm going to mix it up a little bit more. I have already made these. It does work. They're good. I just, I prefer having desserts where sugar isn't added. One of the sweetest desserts that I've made lately was a apple crumble. With banana. It was an apple banana pear crumble. And for for the topping, moo muesli was used. There was absolutely no reason to add any sugar whatsoever. The apples, once they're baked, it's so sweet, and same thing with the the banana. So I'll bring this over so that you can look at it and see what I'm talking about. Okay, see this? See how this is? Almost looks like grated cheese. Right? That's how you want it. See how it is? This is butter and flour. Now, I do want this to thicken, so I am going to add a little bit in with the raspberries. I'm going to add some moo muesli too, but this is going to be dough. And mix this in. You know, if you're going to make gravy, you might add flour, anything like that. I just want this to thicken up.
Smells good.
It's going to be good. I'm pretty sure. I gotta get a little water. Here's some water. So now here's the trick. When you're making your pie dough, or anything like this, you're making some kind of dough, pie crust, butter crust. Say you add a little bit too much water. Add a little flour. That's all you gotta do. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna start mixing the water in and start sticking together, right? And start smashing it together. Gets a little, starts sticking to your hands. You just want to keep mixing it. Guess you could use a mix master or something if you have one. I'm doing this by hand. Mixing it up. See what I'm doing here? Just smashing it all together. It's just flour and butter. It's a butter crust. And this, at this point, sort of sticking together. Probably won't need to add any flour or water at this point. I just want it to be a little, see, it's sort of like the same consistency as Play-Doh. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just taking it, making sure it's all, smash it down a little bit more. That, smash it some more. This will be delicious. So you see this? This is a good consistency. This is sort of what you would be looking for. Right? See how it is? It's like Play-Doh. Right? So this is sort of, it's good. I have some more in here. I'm gonna mix the two together. This is this has been in the refrigerator, so it's sort of cold. It is cold. It's not sort of cold. Let's see if we can combine them both. And maybe I'll just start rolling them out. Or not. I haven't decided. Just want them to, the warmer one to combine with the colder one. The colder one, I used a little bit of Crisco in there. You can use Crisco to make pie crust. You can also use lard, rendered pig fat. There's a lot of people that really recommend it. Use lard. Crisco, of course, is vegetable shortening. It's a product that's similar to lard. but it's made, you know, from vegetables. This is mostly a butter crust. And it was made mostly with butter, a little bit of Crisco though. Many chefs are going to tell you always use Crisco. Sort of, there are no rules. Rules in cooking are meant to be broken. In other words, like a red onion. A red onion is generally used for salads, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't cook with it. A lot of chefs that are purists would say, like, don't cook with a red onion. Do you see what I'm saying? But that, it's like, it's art, so you can cook with a red onion. Don't listen to anybody. Another example of something that, like, some purist type chef might say is like with seafood, pasta, no cheese. It's absurd. It's absurd. You can put cheese on anything and it's good. That's the truth. Cheese is delicious. So there are no really hard and fast rules. The trick to cooking really is that you know you know what goes together. You know what tastes good. And I know it tastes good because I'm looking at it's what Katya made, so I'm going to eat some of this real quick. I think this is beets, beet greens, mushrooms. Love beet greens. I love beets. I love Katya's cooking. Sort of getting thicker. Raspberries. Turn it down a little bit. Look at this. Katya's food that's delicious. Beets are still firm, but cooked. They're not mushy. Mushrooms are perfect. Greens are great. Real good. Yum. It's real good. Honey, nobody's joining the channel or super chatting because you're not over here. I'm just saying. It's the truth. They don't want to see me. They don't. A Star is Born. Not really. It's not. That's a stupid movie. That was a stupid analogy. But no one here. Still making the Pop Tarts though. She's not gonna come over here. Oh well, that's cool. Well, thanks the Golden 13. appreciate that. I'm turning this off. It's hot in here now. It's off. All right. So this looks pretty good, right? How this is. See how it is? Still, consistency of Play-Doh. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Milk Roads. I appreciate that. This is the, see? It's like Play-Doh. It's exactly like Play-Doh. So now I've got to put it in the fridge for just a tiny bit. I'm going to finish up the sauce here, the raspberry sauce. And I'll finish up this smoothie that I made this morning. Sounds good.
For everybody to forget what he actually said that day to set the crowd off and point them at the Capitol to go to what they did. They rigged an election. They rigged it like they've
It's a little Bigfoot
That's what they've done and what they
meat in here.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't
Yeah, I feel good. I feel real good.
Our country has had enough.
Oh, really? Beef frittatas? Is that what I saw? Okay, so I'll remove this. We don't need that. Put this over here. What a D-bag. Put a D-bag on the TV. Everybody know who I'm talking about? See on the D-bags. This is Momo mostly, right? This is a very good product. This is a very good product. I like it a lot. So I'll take some of the oatmeal out of here. I'll just add some Momo. Without, there's almonds in there. You don't really need almonds in this. Add a little bit more just to thicken everything. Just let it cook. Right. Let it cook up. It's sort of a, you know, it's not bad. It's pretty good consistency. This would probably work. I like it a little bit thinner. I'm gonna add a little bit more Momo, just a little bit. This is not a paid promotion here about Momo. It's just a product that I think is awesome. Seriously. I buy it in bulk. They have it in smaller bags. What do you think of my t-shirt? It's pretty sweet, right? It's like tie-dye. It's real good. I could post a link about joining my channel, but I'm too busy cooking. If you wanted information on Bigfoot, this would be the channel to join. Okay, see? So I'm gonna let this cook just a little bit longer. I'm gonna start rolling out the pie dough. Buck, what are you doing, brother? Video is blurry. Then I don't know what to tell you. Go away then. It's not a video, it's a live stream. Mine's not. I think this video looks great. I know it's not blurry. That's just a stupid troll. Let's get rid of that person. Yeah. So they were doing that last night too. It's nonsense. So, it's trying to reduce the raspberries and also thicken them at the same time. You know, figure like a teaspoon of it in each Pop Tart, something like that. You know, Pop Tarts aren't, it's not like eating a pie, it's like eating crust, like a flavored crust. So there shouldn't be a lot. I think what I'm gonna do is sort of make it like an empanada, fold it over. You know what I'm saying? Just put some in there, fold it over, move on to the next one. I think that that's the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look for something round, and then cut it out. I'm gonna use some chocolate and try a little cream cheese in one. Just experiment, see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. It's heated up, and you know how it works. If you cook oats, if you cook the oats, it sort of thickens it. I might put just oh, welcome to oh, Alice, welcome to Baby Sasquatch. Welcome. I might put a little bit of cornstarch in there, just a tad, just a tad. Now, I'm doing this because, like, if I was making a pie, it would be cooking longer, right? But since we're not doing a pie, you know, when it's cooking in the oven, you know, water will evaporate. It'll you know, sort of keep working. But these things I would imagine are gonna sort of finish out quicker because it's just kind of 2 pieces of crust with some raspberry in there. I'm gonna turn it back on just a tad. I'm making this up as I go along. Oh, well, thank you, Dana. Cheers to you. Cheerio, chip chip. Most everybody that uses that salutation, cheers, is from the UK. Are you from the UK? That's not necessarily true, but it is sort of. Every friend I have from the UK uses cheers or mate. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. Why would I say that? Why? If you're watching his stream. Oh, if they're watching on a cell phone, on a smartphone, that's your mistake. Don't say it's blurry, so I'm not gonna hear it. Like I can control everything. That's not the way it works. It isn't. It's nonsense. It's for humans. Dogs don't eat Pop Tarts. I'm just turning it on a little bit more. You people that are saying that the video is blurry, that's your problem. Nobody else is having that problem. Are you watching it on your phone? Are you watching it on a smartphone? Just, no one cares, okay? There's nothing I can do, all right? It's your problem. Go move around. Seriously, go move around. Turn it off. Don't watch it. I don't care. It's blurry. Give me a break. Doesn't look blurry to me. Looks pretty good. This is my new iPhone 12 Max Pro. I know video's fine. These people were doing this last night too. They're ridiculous. Children. I'm not, listen. I'm not discussing this. I'm not gonna discuss this. This is the light that we have. Alright? No, I won't start an OnlyFans. I have bad internet. Well, there you go. Quality is fine. Thank you, Toxic. I know. It's ridiculous. Okay, so now it did just sort of just bubble up again. So now I'm definitely turning it off, and then now I'm going to let it cool. There's a cool, see, it's like sort of a spaghetti sauce at this point. Maybe a little thicker. But as it cools, it'll thicken. So we're going to turn that off. I'll take that off all the way. I'll put it over here. It's no longer on the burner. I'm going to roll out. I think I'm going to do this way. So that here. I'm going to roll it out flat, and then I'm going to use this and cut around this with a knife, and that's going to be the size of the, they're more like an empanada, they're more like that than well, it's going to be a Pop Tart shaped like an empanada. So I'm going to bring the dough back out. Dough over here. We'll take about half. We'll take flour. Whoops. Take this. Or smash it flat. Start picking up some of the flour, so we'll replace some of the flour. does it. If it starts to stick, I'll throw some more flour down. Just keep rolling it out, get it thin enough. And then I'll start cutting these. Get some parchment paper, I'll be right back. Put this over here. Alright, that. Roll it out. Doesn't really matter what shape it is because we're not making a pie, we're just making a little round disc. We're going to fold in half, so doesn't matter if it's long like this. So we can flip it again. Oh, maybe not. It's no big deal. Pie crust. A bit more flour. Just keep rolling it out until it gets thin enough. Probably thin enough, I think. So we're gonna take this, see if this works. Need a knife. Well, the knives are around, so here's a knife. Use this tiny pocket knife. So this works. I'm going to lift this up carefully, move it around, keep cutting circles. That'd be like my empanada shape. Getting as many as I can on this run. Okay, so now I'm going to take each one of the circles, pull it up, right, like this, put it over here. Right, take another one, pick it up carefully, use the knife, pick it up like this, put it over here. This one too. Put it over here. This one. Put it over here.
Trump's Senate trial while also pushing forward on the confirmations to set up the government vaccine program and provide
I'm a fucking dog trainer. I'm a dog trainer, okay? I'm a dog trainer and president of the Bigfoot community. Yeah, and I can cook. Take this one, put it over here, and I'm gonna take this, what we got right here. These all just sit here. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna bring it back. The ball, right? Do this. Try to get it to knead it up a little bit. I'm a dog trainer. It's ridiculous, people that think that, like, I don't know what they think. That I'm a hoaxer or some shit. Who would think that? I'm lucky I live in the Bigfoot capital of the world. I'm real lucky. Okay, so see now I got it sort of back to being like Play-Doh, right? Smells great. No shenanigans. We will not have shenanigans. Oh, we're going to take another round of parchment paper. We'll put it on top like this. Just weigh it down with that. So I'm ready for like the next run. I'm going to move this pie dough over here, the little scraps, because that sort of makes it, it'll make it stick to the butcher block, right? I'm going to take a little bit more flour. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this shenanigan right down here. Again, I'm going to smash it. I'm going to do that. Yeah, a little bit more flour. Right? And I'm going to roll it again. Sort of roll it. Just keep rolling it out. I'm a freaking dog trainer. I am. I'm going to flip it. Alright. A little bit more flour under here. More flour under here. Roll it out more. So easy to do. This doesn't look hard, does it? Because it's not. Dog training, if you don't know what you're doing, that's a different story. Seriously, that is a much different story. This, you can't screw this up. How could you screw it up? It's pie dough. It's flour and butter. You could add a little sugar if you wanted to. You could add a little bit of vanilla. But it's just flour and butter with a little bit of water. That's all it is. It's very simple to make. Where's my, oh, here it is. So once again, I'm gonna
So I'm not taking
One.
any chances with something else. So we're not way so fast. We're recommended safe flight auto class. Get right to me. Expert service where I need it.
2.
That service I can trust. No matter what I'm on. Right, girl?
It's 3. I was always a fan of Pop Tarts, but just, they're bad for you. So this is sort of a solution. We can't really fit this on, so we're gonna take it and see if we can take it out a little bit more. Get a third out of that. We can. A third. It's number 4. Pick this up. Pick it up. Set it over here. Same thing with this. Set it over here. It's not hard. But I think people get freaked out about cooking. Make a bigger deal about it. You know, make a big deal about it when it's not really a big deal. I was cooking when I was a kid, about 1st grade on. I'd read I'd look at the Joy of Cooking and get a recipe out of there. I'd look at the Joy of Cooking when I was times in my life when I didn't have any money and I was hungry. I'd look at the Joy of Cooking, all the stuff that I would eat if I had money. Joy of Cooking. If you get one of the older ones, if you can get one of them from the '60s, that's going to be better than like a one that you would get like nowadays. One from the '60s has stuff in it that, how to cook raccoon and stuff like that. How to cook possum. A lot of stuff, not just in the game section, just in general it has like a lot more stuff. I'm gonna take this, roll this out real quick, see if I can get another one. Just keep rolling it out. I'll get at least one, and then do whatever's left over. And from here, I'm going to add into the ball of dough that's sitting over there. So I'll get one more out of this. All right. Take it. That's a thick one. Put it over there. Put another piece of parchment paper on. These could be done ahead and frozen, by the way. Pastry dough can be frozen. No problem with that. None at all. So I'm going to take the warmer dough here. I'm going to add it to this colder dough. Mix it in. Squish it down. You shouldn't be fearful of making pie dough. It's going to be better than the stuff in the store. If you look at the stuff in the store, there's preservatives in it. There's all kinds of garbage in it. Just put it in a ball. flour. Make sure that the rolling pin has flour on it. Doesn't, it just starts to stick. I'm gonna take this ball, plop it down here like this, stretch it out. I'm listening to MSNBC right now. I admit it. And I'm live streaming. Roll this out. Rolling it out. You don't want it too thick. But if you're making a pie crust or whatever, it doesn't need to be thick. Rolling it out. It's sort of an oblong shape. It looks like Nova Scotia. Does. It's a little crazy looking. It looks a little bit like England, actually. So that's just be big enough that start doing another run of these.
Summary of those events, and I'll tell you, I'm a former Navy helicopter pilot. I've served for almost 10 years, and so
just get as many as I can. This is exciting, isn't it? It's so exciting. I will say this about cooking. Cooking is like, it's like making art. It's very similar. Lots of times when if I wasn't making art, I'd just cook. It's extremely similar. Pick these up. So if there's so that there's more of these, and there wouldn't be enough of the raspberry concoction or something. Like I said, like you can just freeze these. If there's like a big ball of pie dough left, that can be frozen for quite a long period of time. And so I just take the scraps again, put it up into a bowl. Right, start making sure it's mixed up again. I never really find it necessary to add water at this point. You know, it gets a little flour in there, it's no big deal. Okay, now I'm going to go over and check the raspberries. Okay, so yes. So now the raspberries. See, the raspberries getting much thicker. Really starting to thicken up. What I want. That's right. Let me taste it. Yep, yum. No sugar. No sugar. Okay, so I think that is enough. I'll tell you this. One thing I'm gonna just cook them on the parchment paper. I don't have any. I don't have like a cookie sheet. I think I can fit more on just putting parchment paper in there. That's gonna be my plan. Put parchment paper on the rack.
To imagine that colleagues of mine could have aided and abetted this is incredibly offensive, and there's simply no
Sort
way
of.
we allow
Keep doing this. Keep using your flour.
to attack other members of Congress and to incite an attack on other members of Congress, and to do so as we're doing our constitutional duty to certify the election, something that every member of Congress should really help sacred an oath they took to the Constitution to perform that.
I need a cookie sheet to bake on. It's my next thing I'm gonna buy.
Thank you for your service both in Congress and in the military. Thanks for your time.
Just take a little bit. Flip it. Roll it out. Isn't this exciting? Maybe a dog man might break in. Bigfoot. It's possible. Okay. Got some more. We're almost ready for baking here. Alien tape. What a joke. What a fucking joke. Alien tape. Give me a break. It's really hardly tape at all. I wouldn't use that shit. Put another piece of parchment paper on. Let's do another one. Is there anybody in this live stream that's used alien tape? Anyone admit to using alien tape? It's a crap product, right? Nixie? It's not. It's neither from an alien nor tape. It's not. It's not a good product, and everybody knows it. Oh, you've used it? You used alien tape? It's crap, right? It's no good. I've never used it, and I'm giving it a review. That's alien to me. Alien tape is what they used after they probe you. Oh, that's something different. They use no tape. Don't use tape. Come on. They don't need that. They're far beyond tape. There's no taping involved. Everything's done. Everything's like magical to us because we're, aliens are too technologically advanced for tape. No purpose whatsoever. Who that is? I'm waiting for Bigfoot. Don't mess with that stuff. Hi, Peter. I was watching your Young Days documentary and just say how heartwarming and inspiring it really. We're not alone. Magic is just science we haven't discovered yet. That's an interesting. You're a philosopher. Can tell. I see Wiener. What? I see Wiener? No, you don't, though, do you? Come on, man. You do not. Views on Harry and the Hendersons? What do you mean? It's a TV show. What do you want me to say? It's a TV show. Don't you think? I mean, what am I supposed to say? That actor that played Harry was real tall. I think Andre the Giant played Bigfoot in The $6 Million Man. I think that's a fact. I'm working on Pop Tarts right now. I'm cutting the last of them. I have a bunch done. Well, not done, but they're about. I'm gonna be putting some in the oven real soon. So it's sticking. Make sure and use flour. I'm not gonna use flour. I'm gonna have some issues. All right, roll this out. Get the last of these. Definitely doing a chocolate one. Maybe a cream cheese one. I should turn the oven on. That'd be a good idea, right? Get the oven warmed up. I'd say probably 400 or something. Okay, roll it out, get a couple more. It's like making like tiny Hostess fruit pies. Sort of. Except they're not going to be crappy. Right, baby? Well, thank you. How's your book?
Good.
What are you reading?
1001
Oh,
1 minute stories.
yeah, I was looking through that. It's crazy. It's like, it's clearly from a different time.
Yeah.
I read something about a guy that sent his kid to take his clothes to a tailor or something. I don't know. Clothes back. It was like a joke.
Yeah, I think
They're like bad jokes. Don't worry about it, just leave it.
I think most of them are funny, but not all of them are funny.
Right. Yeah, I didn't find the Taylor one funny, but I did find it interesting that he took his clothes to the tailor to be cleaned. I don't know, maybe they did that back then. When was that book made? Did you check? 1800s or?
But in some of them they talk about Englishmen and stuff.
Like
You know?
typical Englishman, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like
And what are they saying about it? They're inferring something, right?
something about how Englishmen are always more easy on each other than
They're more civilized?
they go easier on each other than on outsiders.
Oh. Huh. That's an interesting observation. I wonder who wrote that book. I bet that's the only book they have. Well, I don't know. True.
One of the stories was that there was a girl on Halloween.
Right,
She wouldn't get out of bed,
right,
so her grandpa came in the room to try to wake her up
right,
or get her out of bed.
right.
And she said, but it says in the Bible that it's vain to rise early.
Really?
And then grandpa couldn't argue with it,
It's-
even though he was very well versed in the Bible.
It's vain to rise early.
Yeah.
She's just saying that, though.
But also it's Halloween, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a Halloween thing.
Huh.
It was a bizarre.
It's a weird book. I saw it and I was, what the hell is that? So it's in good shape. It's from about the box of books that was on the, you know, the giant ice cube. There's a giant ice cube in there. It was up real high.
Oh yeah.
So probably not moldy.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I mean they're sort of bizarre.
Right.
Like, one of them. I don't know. One of them was like, a witness can give very specific information without being very distinct about the situation.
Okay.
And so, like, the example was there was a crime where a witness was at the scene of the crime,
Right.
and the person asked, how far away were you from the gunshots? And the witness says, the first shot, I was 10 feet away.
Right.
And then the guy asks, the prosecutor asks, how far away were you from the second shot? And the witness said, a half of a mile. And that's the story.
That's the story?
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Who is it? I wonder how many copies of this book were sold. It's like really like short stuff. Like
Another one was the first Chinese man to
right,
get life insurance in the city of Pittsburgh.
right,
And so the policy he was given was the first policy ever written in the city of Pittsburgh for a Chinese man.
right.
So a week after he gets his life insurance, he falls down flight of stairs.
Right.
And then a couple days later, his family calls the doctor.
Right.
And the doctor says, "Why didn't you call me sooner? He's already half dead." And then his brother goes to the life insurance agency
Right.
and asks for $2,500. And then they said, "No, you don't get anything. He's only half dead." And they were like,
I mean,
they
so what?
thought-
He's crippled or something. He can't ever walk. He can't move around. He's like in a coma.
yeah, I guess the moral of the story is that they didn't understand what a life insurance policy was, or maybe that life insurance policies are sort of impractical on some level.
Huh.
I don't really know what the point of that story was. It's just a story, you know?
Right. It's a bullshit story, and a bullshit book, sort of. I like it though.
I don't think it's a bullshit book.
No, you like it. There's an entertaining factor to it. I liked it in that it was like it's totally from a different time. You know, it's like so obviously like I don't know when they're talking about the tailor doing the guy's laundry. I've never. We don't have that anymore.
There's more like human to human interactions
Right.
back then.
Look, I'm making glue. It's like paper mache. I cut them like empanadas. We were talking about empanadas last night. What do you think of the taste? Sour. It's raspberry.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's not
The
sweet.
sour is gonna go into the dough.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
What's on the news? Oh, Orange O'Donnell's coming on. He's loving this. He hates him. He hates Trump. Not a fan. I think everybody that hates Trump is loving this. I'm not loving it. I'm loving it. That's what I'm gonna say. Wish it wasn't the way that it is. But it is. I got a real small oven. That's all we got. I know that. Okay, so that's sort of cleaned up. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cook them on parchment paper. I've decided. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to get a rack down. Oh, that's hot. Ah. That's the space I have to cook on. So work. We'll just do it like this. like making coconut macaroons. You cook those. You cook coconut macaroons on brown paper bags, like shopping bags. They don't stick. I'll make those next. No, I won't, because I don't eat what's in those anymore. I've stopped eating garbage. So here, I'll take one. This stuff's like thickened now, right? Totally thick. So I'm gonna take one tablespoon each one, right? And I'm gonna fold it up. You know, I should do this. Hang on. A little water. Let's take a little bit of water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dampen this a little bit. This. So I'm going to fold it over. Easier for it to sort of stick together. So this. I'm just going to crimp it like that, like an empanada. Like that, right? Those on the parchment paper. And then see how many I can get on a rack. As many as possible. Just put it there. And I take my next one, same thing. There. And spoonful, right? And take a bit of water on the edges. Fold it over. With the edges. Like that. Another one. Like this. A little bit of water. It's like it's production. It's like doing anything. Like it is. It's very much like making production art. Just kind of crimp the edges like that. Alright. Another one. More water. Let's crimp the edges. Oh, some's coming out, no big deal. I made this up. You know I make this up, right? This whole recipe. Me and Katya, both of us, none of us, we do not use measuring, like measuring spoons. Just sort of eyeball everything. You know, you want the recipe, you're watching it. I made it up. You know, it's just like you don't need to use. I don't know. It's like you're worried about it being a half a cup this, half a cup that. Generally speaking, I'm not going to be doing that. Neither is Katya. Maybe there would be something. It seems like real specific. But generally speaking, you can just eyeball anything. Oh, that's good. I'm adding a little bit too much now. stress. Don't need it coming out. Crimp the edges. Is anybody even watching this? I don't really care. I don't. Just forget I cook and live stream because I got nothing better to do right now. Well, actually I do. I could cut video. I have a video I need to cut. It's a dog training video. Sort of a waste of my time to even cut it, but that's what I do, so I'm cutting it. Those things get like ridiculously low views consistently. Nobody wants to watch dog training. It's the truth. I mean, some people do. Some people are into it, and that's why I do it. There's 4 million dogs dying that really, they don't need to be dying. It's a bunch of nonsense. I want to get as many on here as I can. Parchment paper, squeeze them on. Get a couple more on here. Here's the truth, there's so many dogs dying. It's nonsense. Dogs are expendable, it's just a fact. I knew this one woman in Brooklyn. She took that dog everywhere. She did. She, was, her and the dog, Dog slept on the bed, spoiled it rotten people food, all kinds of stuff. I had problems with the dog, but it really didn't matter because it just didn't matter. And then she got pregnant and had a kid, and then she didn't want the dog anymore. She took the dog back to the shelter, and the shelter insisted that she put the dog down because the dog was a nut because of her, and the dog was old. She's given up this 12-year-old dog. She gave the 12-year-old dog up because she had a kid. Yeah, it is awful, isn't it? It is. The shelter sort of punished her. I think that she brought it up, as I remember, do you think that I should put the dog down or something like that? Because the dog had a lot of issues, and a shelter, somebody like myself, you're obligated to tell the person the truth. You can't, if you think the dog's gonna bite somebody, it's just a fact. And for 12 years or however long she had it, I don't know, 7, 8 years, she did the wrong thing with the dog. And the dog's 12 years old, she has a baby. She's worried about the baby getting bit, of course. It came out of her. She cares about the baby. She doesn't care about the dog at that point. The dog she loves so much. Oh, I'd never do that to Stella or whatever her name was. I think it was Stella. Oh, I'd never do that to Stella. No, she did. Ow. Oh yeah, those look good. Okay. I'm gonna lower this to 350. Alright. Now, I'm gonna take another rack out. I'm gonna get another, oh hey Shelly, I'm making Pop Tarts. I'm making raspberry, no sugar Pop Tarts. Using up butter crust. Just flour, water, butter, a little bit of water. The raspberries are just raspberries, and then I put them in a pan. thickened them a little bit with a little bit of flour and butter, and then added a little moo muesli, which is a muesli that I buy, some oatmeal to thicken it, and a tad bit of starch. So I cut circles out like I'm making them look like empanadas, sort of. Yeah, I'm up. I'm a dog trainer. I'm a fucking dog trainer that cooks. Okay, let's take out this other rack. Take another rack, take another piece of parchment paper, it fits on there. Something like that, that's close. Whoops. I got stuff on there now. That sucks. Oh, let's do this. I gotta clean this rack off. I want like meat. I don't want meat on the Pop Tarts. That wouldn't be good, like meat juice. It's no good. So I'll clean the damn thing off. I'm trying to stop cussing. It's not easy though. No, toxic, you shouldn't be cussing. Can't believe that you would cuss ever. Damn, toxic. She talks like a truck driver, I bet. Toxic Sheba. Look like her mother had Labradors. What is? No. Do I still talk to Bigfoot? What are you talking about? Talk to Bigfoot. I don't know if that's a good description. That's not really what's going on. Do you? Whose dog is the little white one? That's Schlepp's dog. That's Marty. He's just stuck here because of the pandemic. I need to take him to get groomed. He's a filthy little pig. Yeah, bro, I talked to Bigfoot. Do you? What's he say? Does he give you stock tips, or what's he say? I cut this. How's Mango? Mango is sleeping right now. Bitcoin, what about it? You told me to buy dog coin? I cuss when I lose my temper, I get hurt. How old is man? 22? Dog coin? Dodge coin? What? I gotta clean this off. It's filthy. That's better. Get a paper towel. I'll continue making my Pop Tart empanadas. Oh yeah, they're smelling good. I smell cooking up there. Okay, let's try this again. Try the parchment paper one more time. Right size. Put it there. That's better. No meat grease on there. Good enough. Take another one of the. This is the thick one. This is real thick, but it'll work. Throw a little extra. Oh, I'm making a mess. A little water. Flip it over. Crimp it. It's fascinating, isn't it? Put that there. Oops. Well, that is good. Do another one. No sugar. I was addicted to sugar for sure. It's a real problem. It was at least 3 months before I started feeling like the cravings dissipated. It's hard to get that out of your system. So if I eat sugar, it'd probably be fruit like this, or what else? Chocolate. Like I'll eat 85% chocolate. I'll eat that. I mean, I lowered my intake on sugar like a lot. It's difficult. Let's crimp these edges. I would have thought about doing this shape, except Katya was bringing up empanadas. Thought about all those people in Brooklyn selling those on the street. I'm sure it's a different kind of dough. Looks like of course it's a different kind of dough. It's a freaking cooking show. Where the guy's cooking really doesn't care. I don't. He's cooking. It's like, I'll open up a live stream. Got nothing better to do. It's another thick one. Well, we're getting down to it. Don't have that many left. It's good because I'm running out of this. But it doesn't matter because I want to do some chocolate ones. And what else was I gonna do? Cream cheese. I don't really have a cream cheese made properly, but I'll just put cream cheese in it. See what happens. Or not. Maybe I'll just make a few chocolate ones and that's it. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, I didn't use any water. So see how it doesn't stick together. So you have to do that. Let's see what we got here. Here's the last of this up. Isn't this fun? It's a blast. Good. Okay, so these are ready to go. I'll make the chocolate ones. I'm sorry, I'm so boring. I got nothing to say. I'm just thoughts on. It's a bird dog. They're pretty. You know. I'm doing pretty good. They're it's a beautiful dog. The Vizsla. It's a great looking breed. I think those are some of the prettiest of the bird dogs. Absolutely. The Vizsla is beautiful. Yeah, they do have good temperaments, but so do most of the bird dogs. So it's not a shock. Or Tonka, he's an idiot. He's harmless. All those bird dogs. The hunting dogs are sort of notorious for that. No, I'm not saying that one can't bite. They certainly can. This and that and the other thing. So what do we got left? There's four I'm going to make chocolate. Let's see, what do we got? That's 85% cocoa. It's 88. We'll use 85. So I'm gonna make these with 85% cocoa. I can't imagine these being bad. Seriously. I think what to do here is like this. Just like that. Like that. I think a row. Just seal them up real good. Right. Those, I have a feeling are going to be real good. So we're going to seal these. These are probably going to try and melt out. Sure. to take a little water. Make sure the edges on the chocolate ones are nice and sealed. Flip it over, do it again. Seal them real good. Flip it over. Same thing. Water. These will be spectacular. I already have a feeling. Okay, so I've got 4 chocolate ones, the rest are raspberry. See how they're cooking. I gotta go check something out. Oh, they look good. Let's keep them going. Oh my god. Those look store-bought. Oh, no, this was in school. It's like this was That's true. That's what we can do. Oh, hello. Was there any? Oh, hello. No, the watermelon-headed people haven't invaded, but we do have them on video. It's true. God, these smell good. I feel like bye, idiot. I don't need that. What's the matter with you? You've never seen an artist studio, kid? Yeah, really. Idiotic. Here's Sam. How's Solar doing? I don't know. Solar, where are you? Is Solar out there? He's out there with Katya. I don't have a favorite dog breed. Peaches? Peaches is fine. She's right over there, sort of crashing. I feel like eating soy sauce. Riggy's here. The Rigmeister. What, me and Katya? We're fine. She's over there. She was reading. She's hanging out with Solarton. So, Katya's Solar's stepmom, you know. Remy's Solar's actual mom. Solar's fine with it, so is Remy. Oh, toxic. Do you guys believe in ADHD? What do you mean? It's a medical condition. Everybody's pretty good. These Pop Tarts smell great, though. They do, they smell great. Yes. And those are the ones that I liked, is the unfrosted Pop Tarts. I never got the kind with frosting. I hated those. Couldn't stand them. I would not eat those. Too much sugar. But you are right. There's too much sugar in them. That I was pre-diabetic. I don't know. Life got me interested in training animals. The book Dr. Dolittle when I was a kid, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. It is what it is. What got me interested in cooking? I don't know. Just did it. You know, I mean, let me look at these. So, I think next time I make these, I might brush them with a little melted butter. But maybe not. I don't know. There's already enough butter in them. Might do that though. Maybe an egg white. You know, glaze them with an egg white. I don't know. I didn't do it this time. I'm excited to see how they turn out. They look good. I turned them up to 400. I was cooking them at 300. I'm just trying to expedite everything a little bit. Ever watch Epic? No, not really. What do you mean, iced tea going against shit like that? Oh, I made 2 bags of frozen raspberries that I put in a saucepan and thickened. And chocolate. I made 4 that are chocolate. Hitler versus Einstein. What do you mean, Nixie? Nixie the Pixie. Yes, they are the uncooked ones on the table. That is them. That's what they look like uncooked. Oh. Hitler and Einstein? Wrapped? I had aquarium, I had fish, but I'm not too wild about terrarium pets. What do you mean, like a tiny lizard and shit? I don't get it. I mean, I had stuff like that when I was a kid. I had newts, you know, red-bellied newts or whatever, or, you know, I had stuff like that. As an adult, I don't want anything like that. I had mice. In Katya, I had mice. I can't tell you what year they're gonna make themselves known to all the idiots. Didn't you have an iguana? I had iguanas, but I was involved in the rescue of iguanas in Brooklyn. I would like reptiles and then ship them to this place in Florida. But most of the iguanas just lived in my house. Well, they'd always lived there for quite a bit. But snakes, iguanas, turtles. I didn't want them as pets. Iguanas aren't necessarily good pets. They'll haul ass, they'll scratch you. They get real big by just eating lettuce. Yep, that's what all the iguanas were that I had to deal with. They were originally came from carnivals and were this big. Oh, they whipped the crap out of you with the tails. I didn't really deal with any frogs. Snakes, turtles, iguanas, that was about it. Those are the only species that I ever dealt with. What do you need to hunt Bigfoot? Rusty metal. That's my suggestion, is you get some rusty metal to lure them in. No, they shouldn't. Bye, Nixie. Yeah, I owned turtles as a kid. They are invasive in Florida, you're right. There's bounties out on boas and pythons. You know, if you get them, you're not supposed to release them. People are like, you know, they think, oh, it's okay to do. No, it's not okay to do. It's the worst thing you could ever do, is release, you know, an animal from the pet industry. Birds, too. Many most birds can't survive in the wild. That if they've been raised, they don't know how to eat. They're just gonna die. It's ridiculous. I didn't live in Kansas City. It is horrible to the ecosystem. It's a real problem. I'm looking at Kati over there. Yeah, I'm still growing pawpaws, but they're in their dormant phase. What's up, Pink Cat Lady? Quaker parrots. Man, I see those in Brooklyn. There's several colonies in Brooklyn of Quakers. That's one. Some of those like escaped from the airport years ago, coming in like in the pet industry, and they just Chicago too. There's a bunch of Quakers in Chicago. Yep. I'm not really in upstate. What's the oldest pet you have now? Mango, he's 22. It's a dog. I see you. Maybe that's a great thing about this place. It's water. Just leave it; it'll dry up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the raven's name is Sam. Sam, the garbage man. Stole a pig and there he ran. What else? Honey, you know what we need to do? We need to get some curry. Why don't we have curry here?
Yeah.
Curry and cumin. We still don't have cumin. I have no idea why.
Wow.
What? We don't use it, but we both would use it if it was here. But neither one of us think about it when we're at the grocery store. We get it. We don't get it.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't turmeric in cumin, or is cumin in? No, curry. Turmeric is in curry, right? So it's good for you. It's delicious and good for you. I love curry. I'd make curry. Curry pork. We got to cook that pork. It's probably all right. What's good for the brain?
I'll go there tomorrow.
I'm still sad that Tim Curry had a stroke. Who's Tim Curry? I don't know who Tim Curry is. Who's Tim Curry? Have you guys cooked anything yet? I have stuff in the oven. I have Pop Tarts in the oven. I have the first group of Pop Tarts. Somebody tell me who Tim Curry is. I don't know who that is. Honey, do you know who Tim Curry is?
No.
Neither do I. Actor, I think he was in Home Alone 2. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. The skinny dude? This from Clue, Legends. Smoked him. I'm not a big fan of paprika. I don't know. I just never really. We'll get that too, though. Tim Curry was a character actor. He was in. I know who he is. I know who you're talking about. He was in Rocky Horror. The skinny guy. Right? I think I know who you're talking about. Ow. One of them is coming apart. Oh yeah. We'll give these 5 more minutes. They're getting a little golden brown. That's what we want. Yeah, they look pretty good. How Tim Curry died? Did he get COVID? There's a lot of people dying of COVID. It's getting worse. To be expected. You know. He had a stroke a few years back. Oh, really? That's a bummer. Should have took his Lipitor. Or not. It's too bad he died. I'm sorry to hear that. So he didn't die of the stroke. He got a stroke and then he died recently. Is that what you're telling me? My mom was struggling. COVID has taken a toll on her. I bet it's depressing. I bet it is. Yeah, he's still around. Who? Tim Curry? I thought somebody said he passed away. He just had a stroke. And that he's still around. Stroke, man. Oh, well, you can come back from that. You can come back from a stroke. I have a friend who had a stroke. He's fine. He had to change his diet. They put him on anti-cholesterol medication, but he's fine. Wheelchair bound. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to your diet. You know, stuff like that happens. What's Katya eating? Katya is eating mushrooms, beets, beet greens, and that might be it. Baked. You want a pet raven? Well, save up your allowance money. Beets are great. They really are great. I like them. I grew them this year. She can't make baked goods almost. No, because of the constant hand washing. Would you say a crow is easier to raise than a raven? No, I would say that they're both going to be more difficult than you want to deal with. Chickens, maybe you could try a chicken. Chickens make great pets, but they don't have longevity. You make an amazing beef stew. So does Katya. Katya can cook beef like my grandmother. Like, it's pretty delicious. Like in a sort of like thin gravy, real good on bread. It's real nice. Yeah, this is real tasty. I'm really sorry to hear about Tim Curry, even though I didn't really know who he was. Have you ever had borscht? Sure. Yeah, I've had it. It's, it's alright. I rescued a collared dove at the inn. Oh yeah, why'd you give him up? Oh, that's great, yeah. Coleman Carlson, whatever his name is. Glad you're a devoted fan. I don't know, like to say I know his work. I really don't. I'm sort of a troll, I think. I don't know. What about Ted and Vision? You a fan of his? That's like 4 channels that are all like related. Like, I don't know how they worked that out. Some way around it, I guess. You know. He mostly trolled you. It was funny. Yeah, I know that. That's why I don't really care to hear about him on my channel. You know, are you really a fan, or are you just another troll? What kind of music am I into? I don't know. Mostly into TV. Katya's music I like. Ducks make good pets too. Yeah, they will imprint upon a human for sure. Absolutely. They do. I think I'm going to take out the first batch of I follow Katya on Instagram, and she has such a pretty singing voice. Yes, she does. I need the glove. Take these out. See how these look. Voila, Pop Tarts. Look at the first Pop Tarts. This right here. Use that. Let's seal this a little bit better. Put them in. It's my first time making these. Sort of trial and error. These are ready to go in now, fuck it. Ow! My leg is killing me. I should put this on convection. I think it'll cook better. I think I will. Oh, it is on convection. We'll have it on 400. There, simple as that. Hang on. Do you think the force fields from Star Trek can stop smells? That is a really interesting question. That is. Hernia. What about a hernia? What did you think he did to his leg? It doesn't have anything to do with a hernia. Are you joking? I had a hernia repair surgery. I had a double hernia. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I gotta do something over here. I'll be right back.
like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not gonna have a country anymore. The House moved swiftly after that, and this time it was a bipartisan rebuke. All 222 Democrats getting an assist from 10 Republicans who actually crossed the aisle to vote for the impeachment
10 Republicans.
charge of incitement to insurrection. The left of the Republican caucus rejected the charge with a mix of outrage over the process, straight up whataboutism, and appeals to unity. There's no way this helps the nation deal with the tragic and terrible events of last week that we all did. Make no mistake, the left in America has incited far more political violence than the right.
I call bullcrap. When I hear the Democrats demanding unity, sadly, they're only unified and hate.
I oppose this rush impeachment without a single hearing. The whole serve
Ah.
nation that is calling out
Yeah.
feelings.
I limp because I have a hernia. It's ridiculous. Maybe I'm a war hero. No, I'm not. I'm not. It was a joke. Hey, Tony Lewis and the Bradshaws. What's up? It's a great name. What the? What kind of name is that? She is the Alabama. I don't know what Uncle Goat's talking about. No idea what Uncle Goat's talking about. None. I almost want to turn the heat back on. Seriously. Who's trying to lower Bigfoot? We don't know either. He's talking about his Bigfoot girlfriend. Oh, really? You got a Bigfoot girlfriend? Huh. It's no big deal. I'll live.
No true supporter of mine would ever endorse political violence. No true supporter of mine would ever.
Well, good luck. Good luck to you. Call one in, and you should be right by a tree stump. Because that's what they're gonna do. You know, they're gonna bend you over a tree stump.
Briefed by the U.S. Secret Service on the potential threats. I cannot emphasize that there must be no violence, no law breaking, and no.
I'm watching an idiot on TV right now from a distance. God, he's an idiot. Seriously, the guy's got issues. I'm gonna turn the heat on. I'm not getting no rumor from us. Yeah, Uncle Goat, good luck with that. You're into sandpaper, huh? Kidding. I don't know what you're talking about. A mobile wolf woman is also a state cryptid. What? How cold it is in New York? It's in the 30s here. I think it's about 30s here. Like, or 28. Something like that. 29. It's sort of warmer tonight. Yeah, okay, Tuck. Is that where you're from? Isn't Daniel Boone from Kentucky? Didn't Abe Lincoln live in Kentucky for a while or something? Where's the Deliverance River? Is that in Tennessee? Squeal like a pig. They will. The Deliverance River? Don't go down that thing. You know, squeal. Squeal, piggy, piggy, piggy. That's what they make you say. I'd rather deal with Bigfoot. Seriously. I mean, honestly, I'd much rather deal with Bigfoot than like some rednecks that squeal like a piggy is in their vocabulary. I can't, you know. Run. God, that movie. I can't watch that movie. I've tried watching it again. I watched it once when I was a kid, and I was like, fuck. I don't need to see Ned Beatty crawling around on the ground with a toothless hillbilly trying to make him squeal like a pig. God damn, that's a rough scene. Thank God Burt Reynolds shows up with the bow. God, horrible. Everyone's nightmare. It's pretty terrifying, it is. Once was enough, I saw the edited TV. It's still horrifying. It doesn't matter if it's edited for TV. You know what's going on, it's horrifying. You know, it's pretty horrible. They got out of there. I think Ned Beatty I don't even want to think about it. Poor Ned Beatty. It was filmed in South Carolina. Oh, thank you. I guess that's where the Deliverance River is. It's a pretty redneck state. Sorry, but it might be. You know, some little hillbilly. Sort of hillbilly where I live too. I live in a hillbilly house. Based in West Virginia, isn't it? Is that true? Is that where the Deliverance River is? My center is doing retrieves with the pheasant wing. Oh, that's good. Pink Cat Lady's an expert on the Squeal Like a Pig movie. It's terrifying. It really is. It's like, God, what a nightmare. They punk that guy. They're gonna punk them all out. I guess. That's James Dickey who wrote that. He's a poet. James Dickey was a poet. He wrote that book. I believe he might have had something to do with the writing of one of the ballads in there, the song. No way, because I think that they use dueling banjos. Maybe that's wrong, but he's a poet. Multi-talented guy. His son, Chris Dickey, just died, who was a journalist. He was, like, who did he work for? Axios or the Daily Beast, I believe. And he was a European, like, editor or something, European director. Don't call me Petey. That's my suggestion. The river is fictional, is set in northwestern Georgia. That makes sense. It's a fictional river, no shit. I figured they'd use a real river. You know, use the Mississippi, so everybody along the Mississippi's terrified. Jesus Christ. See what happens when you do that? I just get rid of you. No, you didn't call me Petey. It's not my name, Dick. Get lost. Oh, really? That sounds like fun. Feeding baby lovebirds? Is that what you were saying? I have to hand feed 3 lovebird chicks tomorrow morning. Wow, that sounds like fun. Good luck with that. Love baby birds. Baby birds are awesome. There's my son. There's my son, Solar. Solar, what's up, brother? He might come down here. What's up, Solarton? Good night, Toxic. What's Remy up to? She's upstairs. Baby birds are adorable. He doesn't like to talk about. What? Solar's awesome. I don't know why. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm staying here when... Oh, you mean when it barreled out of the woods and started jerking the wing? It's terrifying. Peter, that bird is amazing. Who? Solar? Solar. Come down here, Dick. Solar. Come down here, brother. Come on, buddy. Solar's a pigeon. He's half Budapest tumbler and half some other kind of tumbler, probably. Mutt tumbler. Solar. You want to come down here, Solar? Come down here, Dick. Jump on my back, dude. Solar. Come on down, buddy. I could grab him if I wanted to. I don't want to do the work. I would just go over there and grab him. So there's probably 3 or 4. He was born on the solar eclipse. It's about 3 or 4. Bucket's right at my feet. It's Buckminster. Sam's upstairs beating on a water bowl. Can you hear that? Sam's got a new book. I'll give it to him tomorrow. It's the plan. I'm watching the news. I got one tray out and they look good. They look pretty good. I'd eat one. I let it cool off a little bit more. I'll eat one. Upcoming projects. Good night, Ben. We have some video that we're gonna be putting out of the watermelon-headed people. That's it. And some other stuff. This and that. Got a bunch of stuff going. Can what? It's nothing like a Shiba. I love kittens. Well, Shibas aren't kittens. That's such a myth. There's not one dog that's like a cat. This is stupid. They're nothing like a cat. They're a dog. Huh. Talking about me. Oh. I see. Ow.
What do you think?
Some Pop Tart.
Pop Tart. Can I have one?
What do you mean? Can you have one, baby? Eat them. I have one. It's
Ooh.
sort of thick.
It's Pop Tart.
Yeah, it's close. It's my version of a Pop Tart.
I'm really worried.
What?
I was looking on the White House's website,
Right?
and like Trump like passed a bunch of bills yesterday,
No.
like 20 of them, and some of them look good, and some of them look very questionable.
Someone fucked up.
He
Well, he's
also-
done that the whole time.
Also, there was this document that was made. It was declassified.
Right?
Now it's on the internet, and it's about like strategies to maintain like sovereignty against China, who is assumed to
Oh, he's fucking the next administration.
yeah.
Yeah. What a dick. He's such a horrible human. He's petty. He's a petty, petty human.
And how like he signed some bill so that like certain businesses can't pay China's military or something.
Huh. These things I can taste them like being sweeter almost. Like not that I would make them sweeter, but I can. They're sort of really like a Pop Tart. If the sugar was added, that would be a Pop Tart. Mine are thicker, sort of. No, I don't know. They're sort of cookie-like, right? Without sugar. I don't know how else to describe them. I think I'll have to have another one. Let me try another one. It reminds me of like a sugarless cookie. Right?
There's a bill that was passed that requires certain public buildings' blueprints to be released to the public.
Uh-huh.
Why?
I'm gonna say this again.
The bill requires certain public buildings release their blueprints to the public.
Why? Why would they want to do that? That doesn't sounds like a terrible idea. Like,
It's a bill he passed like yesterday.
I just think like that's like giving terrorists like an opportunity to know about the structure. That's a bad deal. It seems. That seems stupid. Why is he doing that? What a dick. It's like a cookie without sugar. That's the way this sort of is. So it does satisfy sort of like eating a cookie, but it's not a cookie. It's not sweet. It reminds me of something. I don't know.
us for having you. Allow me on behalf of the viewers to thank you for being here, along with Shannon and AB. Great thanks for starting us.
What other stuff did he do that was stupid?
Coming up for us, why Tom Friedman, the New York Times, says he wants Trump back on Twitter, and his advice.
He's terrible.
Like something like the Secretary of State can make loans to any NATO country or something. Like, who's to say if he has some ulterior motive or not?
What? Is that so? What's his name can do that right now before he leaves office? The Secretary of State that we have right now, which is what's his name? You know.
You like loan money to Turkey or something?
Yeah, the guy from Kansas.
Yeah. They screwed up.
Yeah. It's not
But
good.
they're not talking about it on the news.
They're not talking about it?
I feel like they don't want people to know.
Well, I just think that there's like so much. I mean, the impeachment thing is so big. I think Brian Williams mentioned what you're talking about, I think. I don't know. I wasn't really paying that close attention. A sugarless cookie. It's the same consistency, and I bet that if you eat enough of them, you get fat because it's just, just flour
Mm-hmm. And butter.
and butter. Right, flour and butter. But no sugar. Well, some sugar in the fruit, I guess. I don't mind not having sugar. I don't mind doing this. We still get to eat stuff. I'm not eating candy anymore. Katya will have a piece of candy now and then. Very now and then. And if we're doing a video, and in the video, she has to eat like a Hostess Twinkie or something, she will do that. But she doesn't eat garbage either. I'll eat 85% chocolate. I'll eat 80% chocolate too. God, I'll tell you, but my diet now, it's no problem. I don't get fat. But the other diet, it was like, wait, 145. I was gigantic. I was a brute. It's a big belly. You saw videos of me when I was a heifer, right?
I guess so.
Everybody's seen them. 145 pounds. It's all in my gut. No, it's not. I got a belly bell. See ya. You know I have chocolate ones I'm making, Katya. I made 4 of them. They're not in there right now.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
On this night of all nights, we are so grateful to be able to welcome back to our broadcast this next guest, Thomas Friedman.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's all right, right? I think I'm gonna go to sleep, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. Nobody's really out tonight anyway, except the important people. No sugar. Oh, all right. Yeah, you might. Come on. Why am I gonna stay on? Good night. Me and Katya gotta have a business meeting. We gotta talk about videos and stuff. All right. Thank you all, though. Thanks. I'll see y'all. There's Katya. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye.